What do you need math for on the job? Well, what we have to have for math, we have to take a bid. We've got to figure the materials. We've got to figure the hours, the labor. We have to figure all the insurance. We have to figure everything that's accounted to what is involved in the job. All right. So if you take that and you start dividing everything out, it's simple math. You divide your hours, your materials, your labor, your insurance, your job costs to get to and from the job. Then you can figure an hourly rate for the job. So if you break that down, what is that? That's simple math. Simple math is, what is our hourly rate? What is our material cost? What does it cost us to do a job? All right. So if you start breaking that back down one more time, you break it down to, you have to have bid time, which is you figure all your materials, you call, you estimate, you do everything that you have to do in order to break it down to an hourly rate. The next question that you have, what certain types of math do you use on a daily basis? You use simple math, which is converting fractions to decimals so that you can use a CNC program or adding fractions to each other so that you can come up with what you need to end up with. You use geometry every day. You use a 45-degree angle, you use a 22-degree angle, you use a 90-degree angle. You need to know the offsets of every fitting that you use, or a radius bend. If you're doing electrician work, you got to know what your radius is going to be. Let's see what else. Types of measurements. Types of measurements are fractions, whole numbers, converting to decimals. If you're using the CNC program like you see behind me or on that table right there, that all has to be decimal equations. Well, certain types of math would be recommended for studying. You have to have the basics. No ifs, ands, or buts about that. You have to be able to convert a fraction to any other fractional division of a tape measure. You have to be able to convert that to a decimal place. Geometry, if you cannot figure an angle, if you cut a piece of plate at the wrong angle, in my business, then you've got a big old gap and you have to weld that up. That's not acceptable. You have to do algebra. Algebra is pretty simple, but at the same time, if you do a GPM, an engineer has certain formulas that a certain amount of water is going to flow through a piece of pipe. They know how many GPMs is going to go through there. Algebra is X, Y, and Z when you go through high school. When you go in the real world, it becomes GPM times delta T divided by actual delta T times actual GPM. It's somewhere in life, it actually becomes part of lifestyle.